Welcome to the channel. With reference to our discussions in respect of 52 plus painting defects, their causes and countermeasures, our today's subject of discussion is defect number 21, and that is industrial fallout. The discussion would include the topics of definition and photograph, the explanation of industrial fallout, cause of industrial fallout in general, causes and countermeasure, repair method, safety precautions for using oxalic acid with reference to repair method, and finally introduction to the next topic. Industrial fallout, as the title indicates, it is unwanted contaminations on the painted surfaces caused by airborne industrial pollutants, जैसा कि metallic particles, ash, dust, or grit released from the chimneys, factories, foundries, or other industrial processes. These fine particles settle on the surface during or after painting, leading to surface roughness, spotting, staining, or corrosion if they penetrate or react with the paint film. In short, it's contamination of paint surfaces by airborne pollutants from industrial activities, resulting in defects in appearance and durability. It can be simply explained as grit and or ash deposits coming out of chimneys and falling on the painted surfaces. The main cause of the industrial fallout, that is, in the industrial areas, सनती इलाकों में, very fine particles such as great ash or metallic dust are released from the factory chimneys and industrial processes. Now, these airborne particles can settle on freshly painted or cure paint films. Once deposited, the particles may adhere to the surface or become embedded in the painted layer. The affected areas then, surface feels rough to the touch and appears visually unsightly. Although not a paint application defect in strict sense, it creates a contamination issue, and that requires proper rectification to restore paint finish quality. Now coming to the causes and countermeasure, as we have discussed, number one probable cause is airborne grit, ash, or metallic dust released from the factory chimneys and industrial processes. इसका क्या हल है, क्या इलाज है इसका? Avoid painting near heavy industrial areas or schedule painting during periods of low pollution. Number two, particle settling on wet or freshly applied paint films. The countermeasure recommended is use proper spray booth or enclosed painting environment with air filtration systems. Number three, probable cause would be contamination carried by wind and deposited on exposed vehicles or equipment. इसका इलाज, इसका countermeasure, cover painted surfaces immediately after painting, store vehicles in dust-free, sheltered areas. Number four. Number four probable cause could be embedded metallic dust reacting with moisture leading to corrosion spots. Recommended countermeasure is regular surface cleaning and maintenance and apply protective wax or sealants. Number 5. Missed inspection. Lack of post-paint inspection allowing fallout contamination to remain undetected. क्या इलाज इसका? Introduce quality inspection step to detect and rectify fallout contamination before delivery of your product. Now coming to the repair method. Repair method of industrial fallout. और सबसे पहले for light contamination. If particles are not embedded in the paint surface, remove them by compounding and polishing. And that is simple. Or agar, if there is a heavy contamination, prepare a 10% oxalic acid solution, that is approximately 54 grams oxalic acid in 0.5 liter of water or 2 ounce in 1 pint of water. और फिर wash down the affected surface with clean water. Apply the oxalic acid solution carefully to the contaminated area, avoiding any seepage behind moldings or trims. Keep the surface wet and active by reapplying the solution several times over a period of 15 to 20 minutes. और फिर thoroughly rinse with plenty of water, preferably by hose, to remove all traces of the solution. And lastly, dry the surface completely. This is the industrial fallout repair methods chart, as we have already discussed. That is, in case of light contamination, remove it by compounding and polishing to restore a smooth finish. In case of heavy contamination, apply 10% oxalic acid solutions with the keep surface wet for 15 to 20 minutes with repeated application, then thoroughly rinse and dry. Or in case of moderate contamination, perform light sanding or claying, followed by polishing and waxing. Perform final compounding and polishing to restore gloss and uniformity. Repaint affected area after complete surface preparation. So the solution depends upon whether the contamination is light or moderate or heavy. Now, some safety precautions while using oxalic acid. क्या है? Oxalic acid is a poisonous, जहरीला है. Handle with extreme care. Avoid all contact with skin and eyes. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment. Chemical safety goggles, PVC or acid resistant gloves. और अगर in case of contact with skin, immediately wash the affected area thoroughly with plenty of clean water. If clothing becomes contaminated, remove the clothing immediately. Wash the underlying skin with plenty of water Clean the contaminated clothing thoroughly before wearing it again. This is the note safety precautions for using oxalic acid in the form of infographic, which we have already discussed. With this, we conclude our discussion on the subject of painting defect industrial fallout. In the next episode, that is episode number 22, we shall be discussing another important and interesting painting defect, and that is flaking. Thank you, and thank you very much.